a lot of people were asking for an actual demonstration of how the Lucky Dash works, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Like I've mentioned, these routes assume that you are level 5 super lucky because it changes the amount that you can hold total and the amount that you start with, especially at level 5. It completely changes how frequently you will be hitting that 200 meter, 100 meter gear threshold. So this is the same document we had before. I just expanded it a little bit. I'm going to first mention that I am recording this way after because I was a bit lazy, and then I did finish the Parallel Universes because I got lazy to upload. So I had to re-record this because this is all the correct numbers, hopefully now, and I will fix some sections later, but I'm not going to bother fixing the ones because I kept on tabbing in and out during the demonstration of the run, and I'm not fixing that. So you're going to see some slightly different numbers during the run, but these should be the correct numbers here that I'll be explaining during the longer portions spent on this sheet. So I'm also working on pre-level 5 routes, which I will hopefully have done tomorrow. This is just because everything here assumes that you are level 5 because it gives you the maximum amount of super luckies. People struggling to like get far, once you get these super luckies, it becomes a lot more consistent. So the expansion is once you hit 200, you have to keep on going. You can't make her intentionally trip or anything, so you might as well optimize to try and hit 300 because 300 is a 34 equipment score chest. Also, we have discovered that the 36 equipment score chest is not at 400, it is at 350, which means that, funnily enough, you have a really high chance to get 350 if you've already hit 300. Now, going from 200 to 300 is a hellscape. It is a 3.07% chance, so that is not very good. And with the knowledge that the chest is at 350, you might wonder, should we push to optimize 300 instead of 200? No, because we already saw here that the odds are not great. Like, you have a 1 in 5 chance to even hit 100 if you do this method, 10% chance almost to hit 200, and then 6.28 to hit 300. But if we, like, you know, put all the odds in here, and this is 200, 300, and you just see the distribution and stuff down here, you have 146, almost 147 to about 40 pieces of gear over 100 runs, and this is going to cost you a lot more than you expect. This is 100 completed runs, so it's going to cost you a lot of cans of energy, which we will take a look at exactly how much later. But especially given that these are speed set chests, this is 106 extra speed checks. I think it's definitely much better to fish for 200, so we're going to focus on going for 200, and if you get lucky, then we will go for 350. Taking a look at just some of the odds, we've seen these two, the new ones, is going from 0 to 300 is about a 1.88% chance overall, going from 200 to 300 is 3.07%, and then going from 0 to 350 is 1.29, and if you hit 300, is a 68.88% chance to hit 350 and get your 36 equipment score chest. The rest, maybe we'll fill this out eventually. We'll deal with that later. But for now, let's get to the demonstration. So let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to move this over to my other monitor so I can see it. And now we are going to try doing this. So at the very start, we are going to just run normally. And now that we've made it here, we are going to protect once, and we're going to protect again. So now here we are at 40, and we're going to use our first run-up. So we're going to run up here, and we have 2 super luckies. We're going to use the first one here. This is going to get us to 100, where we recharge 2 protections and 1 run-up. So since we're prioritizing 200 meters, so we're going to use both protections here if we need to. Hopefully we don't. Nope, we didn't. So now we are on this is the Parallel Universe I mentioned, where we have 1 extra protection than listed. So because we hit that from here, now we get the chance to just instantly use our run-up. And nice, we made it. So you recharge 1 super lucky when you pass 150, and this is really nice because it means that we're guaranteed to hit 200 now. Once you hit here, you're 100% guaranteed, because we can use a super lucky run forward, and we can just use another super lucky run forward again, and there is our 32 equipment score base gear. And like I mentioned, from here, you have no choice but to keep on going forward. It might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but you want to, let's move the spreadsheet back. You want to prioritize the gear chests over anything else. So it doesn't matter if you hit 250, for example. These two charms really aren't nearly as important for the chest. So at the very start, we're going to just run normally without using protects. If you die, you die. Unlucky. In the interest of maximizing your odds, you want to use your normal runs on the highest percents possible. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and run. So we run once. This is where the odds start getting a little bit scary. We're going to, and we fall. Okay, so that happened, and like, it sucks that, I know it feels bad to die. We had 3 protects left and 1 run-up left. It feels really bad to die like that, but if you were to use them now, you would have an even lower chance to hit 300. So that's definitely not how you want to play this out, I think. We're going to go ahead and use some more energy drinks and see if we can get any farther. Okay, so here we're going to protect once, and protect again. Now we're going to run up, and super lucky. So again, it's an 82.73% chance to hit 100 meters, so your odds of getting this far are going to usually happen. Also, I've been seeing people complain about like dying with like pretty high chances. Like, this is like, it's a 75% chance you should hit this. There's a couple of factors here. I'll keep on doing this while I talk. There's a couple of factors here. It's a bit of a mental thing, because you see an odd above 50% and you think that it should happen, but the thing is, your odds, when you're doing stuff like this, you can't exactly look at it as just the single odd, because to even get that far, you had to hit a lot of, wait, I'm not supposed to run up here, I'm supposed to protect. In order to even get that far, you had to hit a lot of RNG checks in the first place. So while this single step is 84%, the odds of me actually hitting every single step up until now compound to be quite a bit lower than 84%. Then I think I run up here. So yeah, it's playing the numbers game. You gotta just not worry about the results sometimes and just trust the process. Okay, so you see the protect go off there. When that happens, it'll consume your protect no matter what. And you just don't move, basically. It still consumes your drink. Everywhere in the sheet that it says protect 1x, you should protect 1x. Do not protect twice, because even if you die, like, let's say, like, okay, you failed to protect here, and you're like, well, I have another protect, should I use it? No, because it's lower odds for you to succeed. Oops. It's lower odds for you to succeed if you actually try and protect twice here and then have a single run left here, because the odd here is lower. You want to split up your RNG mitigation, but basically is the best way for you to maximize your odds. And this is the thing about, again, trusting the process. Even though it like looks weird, it feels weird sometimes. It just feels weird to like die with things available, right? You don't think about it. just go. So we hit 200 again, and let's see what our route is. Okay, so here is again the part that's kind of annoying, because we're just going to go in and we're going to die, and it doesn't matter that we had power-ups left. This is the highest, it's the highest percent chance we had to succeed, and it doesn't happen, it's whatever. I am hoping we manage to go a little bit farther than this and not just, you know, die every time. The protection saving also only happens if you land it on the very first try, because it eats your protection no matter what, right? So, what am I supposed to do here? Run up? Okay, so this was one of the ones where we only made it to 110. Okay, well, that sucks. And you'll notice that, like, we're burning pretty much all of our power-ups really, really fast, and that's just because you want to focus on, like, getting the chests as much as you can, so I think it's generally in your best interest to just burn your cans, or burn your power-ups, and just try and get the closest chest available, with the exception of the 100-200 thing. We do want to try and get 200, which is why we don't burn both of our super luckies here. And even though, like, I double failed there at, like, an 88% chance, it's whatever, right? Like, when you're dealing with percentages like this, especially when you're going to be doing this a lot, you just have to trust that the numbers will even out. And I could track, like, my actual percents, but I'm not doing that. That's way too much work. So from here, we're going to protect twice. We got it first try, so we have one to spare now. Now we are guaranteed our 200. Very nice. Okay, so third time is the charm. It is, you know, like roughly a 67% chance. 1, 2, and 3. Where am I in this? So we're supposed to run. 61. And we're supposed to run again. Oh, god damn it. We can do like 1 or 2 more. There's that 96% trip. Okay, let's do. We can't let it end like that. From here, we're going to protect twice. Okay, there's that protect proc. Okay, we can't let it end like that either. Hold up. Nice, so now we're going to run up. We're lucky. First try. Guaranteed 200. Attempt number 4. Okay, and now we have to do it again here. And she has died here one more time. Okay, so whatever. That's where a lot of your runs are going to die. Again, you have to remember the odds from going to 200, 300 is only a 3.07% chance in the first place. And that is because of this section here where we are just running. We're doing nothing but running with like a little bit of protects, and then this run up, these odds aren't great either, but we blew all of our super luckies already, and this is still optimal. Keep in mind, we want to, you know, have the highest percent chance to get the most gear, so we're doing this, but we don't have much to work with once we hit 200. And that's why, you see, I kept on dying here, and you should expect to die here, and it's not going to feel good, but you're still better off doing it this way. One thing that I'm kind of sad we didn't hit at least 220, just because one thing that happens here is we ignored this before because we only looked up to 200. When you are at 100 meters, you protect twice because we're just trying to hit 200. If you land it on your first try, you'll have a spare protect. We're just going to use it here at 220 instead. This is the next lowest odd available. We'll use it here. This means there's like a 75% chance that you get to use a protect here, and a 25% chance that you don't, which is why this odd is a lot higher than 55%. So this actually did increase the odds by quite a bit for us clearing. I think it was like a 2% chance, and now it's like a 3% chance. Pretty nice. But yeah, you should expect a lot of your runs to die in this area here. And then 300 to 315, like I said, is very simple. There's some kind of interesting stuff that can happen with it though, which we can take a look at. So even though we kept dying over and over at like 200 and 210, I do actually have something going from 300 to 350, and we're going to take a look at it because there is some kind of interesting decision making that happens around this point. So we got our run up super lucky and protection all charged up, and like we mentioned, the chest is at 350, so we're going to heavily prioritize just getting to that because that is a chest very close to us. We have some OP power-ups to work with. So we're going to protect, of course, right? You're going to protect you're going to move up. And then we're going to protect again, because Super Lucky moves 3 spaces, we have to move 1 more space before we can use it. So you're just going to protect here, and you're going to run. And then here, you know, we didn't move, but this is where it gets kind of interesting, because the odds of us hitting 450, while not fully known yet, because we don't have the data on the, like the run percentages, I can't calculate it, doesn't look fantastic from what we have seen at least. Like, you look here, the 400 is 54, and then here it's 60. It keeps on going down. I will calculate, like, later what the exact, like, distribution between, like, how much gear you would get if you did one method versus the other. But I will mention, and this is a method that I will be doing, at least until, like, if I manage to do, like, the full calculation and it's wrong, then, of course, I'll update. But this is the method that I plan on using. At 310, where we are right now, if you fail your protection, let's use our run-up instead, because the run-up uses the odds from the previous space, so we'll be 60% instead of 55 to move, and this will give us slightly higher odds, which you can see here. It's a 66.99% chance to go from 300 to 350 versus a 68.88% chance if you use the run-up, and this is if you don't use the run-up, you just protect once and then run normally. And I had to do a route split here because there is the case, you know, the 55% chance that you hit the run instantly on the protect and you don't use your run-up, then you would have a run-up to use later. And if you do hit, if you fail and then use the run-up, you'd skip the 2 spaces, you'd be at 340, you'd super lucky, and then you would skip ahead to 360, but because you have to, like, run on these really, really low odd tiles, it's not good. It's better to, it's actually probably better to shift this down 1. If you're looking, which I will do that later, but it's probably better to shift this down 1 instead of using it where it is. So yeah, we will, I guess I'll do that now, and I'll update the odds in a, I think if I do it like this, whatever, we'll update the odds later, because, or it doesn't matter, because we don't have the full data for 350 to 450 anyways, but this is just mentioning that I currently think that the run-up method is better. I do not use it here, but let's just go ahead and take a look at how the rest of this goes going to 350. I was thinking about doing it when I was here, I just wasn't sure yet, and I decided just not to in the end. Eventually I will just run normally, and we made it, so once you hit 320, you're fine, you're just super lucky, and you just go. There you go. The chest at 350 meters. So one more thing is just the odds of you hitting 450 really just aren't good. Like, we can take a look at the weekly ranking as soon as we go here. So the weekly ranking right now, as of me doing the late recording updated stuff of this, 32 people have hit 450. That's not good. And, like, keep in mind, you have to hit, the first time you hit 450, it gets you a little sword. Where did it go? It gets you a little sword. This thing here, right? It gives you this sword. That chest with, like, we haven't even seen it yet, potentially 38 ES base speed gear, assuming it's at 450. Most of these people who hit 450 probably haven't hit it twice. And what if that chest is at like 500? Probably not, but like, what if it is? Then it's like, it's even lower. So that's why I think the run-up method is nice. And that's it for this video. Hopefully this helped people who are a little bit confused about how to do it. I will get working on the pre-level 5 methods for getting through everything